Hi, Gemini. This is Jess with your April 15th to the 30th, 2018 reading. I hope you guys are having an enjoyable day. I almost said 16. So Gemini, I do see here that family for some of you may be a source of contention for the remainder of April. There may be an aspect that you have to kind of contend with family. There may be some issue with family that you need to get involved in, but you may be completely stumped as to how do you do that. You may feel like you don't know exactly what to make of family. There is some form of a crossroads, some stifling energy as it relates to a family aspect. I do feel like mother, father is a source of contention to some extent. You may have to be there for your mother and father is what it looks like to me. You may even have to be there for your brother. Like your sibling may need money. You may be offering something to your mother or proposing that, why don't we do ... It could be like, let's go out and, go shopping and that sort of thing. You may find that on the second week, the last week of April, that your dad is, it could be his birthday. It could be, especially if he's Taurus, we're going into Taurus energy. So you may be, collaborating with your mother to surprise your dad by the end of the month is what it looks like. And that'll be really good. And it looks like there's going to be some victory and success during the Taurus season. You will be victorious and successful. If you are looking for work, so let's go there. Now, some of you may have felt like an offer has come into you, or I feel like more Geminis were being very proactive in going after their job and pursuing and physically going. So you may have found yourself getting up and going, making phone calls, but reaching out to people, okay, who were at the time, they may have been kind of working their books and reconciling the finances. This is tax season. So you may have been very clear. You know what you want. You know you want to leave your job. You know you want a new beginning. You're not making enough money where you're living, or you're not making enough money where you're living, or you're not making enough money. And so it's just a matter of time that you will be leaving. You will be moving on. Some of you, it's a matter of time that you're going to be leaving where you live, leaving home from your family, leaving your job, but there will be a matter of time that you will be moving and changing. Now, Taurus is in your, your subconscious. So this has been something that you've been thinking about for quite some time, and now things are going to start manifesting for you. Albeit you've been putting a lot of ducks in a row and getting things prepared, there's been some stagnation and you've not been able to successfully move forward and get things accomplished and see the results and the fruits of your labor for some of you. Now, again, we're focusing on a new job and opportunity. So you may be feeling that way now. Okay. You may be, really trying to kind of put your ducks in a row, be very practical and logical, not jump out too far, because I do feel that is your challenge. Your challenge is to kind of be a little bit more practical, because I feel like some of you are being a little bit impractical about a new beginning. And you may feel like, this is a foolproof plan. I can't fail. And it's not that you won't, because there will be success. However, there is delay. And so things that you want to manifest at the time you may want it to may prove unpositive, and therefore you may be frustrated with not seeing the new beginning when you want to. Be very careful about how you're planning your steps. Be very ethical and as honest as possible, because a victory will only come with you being ethically sound, doing things that is ethically correct. So trying to do something that is without ethics and morale is not going to bode well for you. Okay. It may give you what you may be able to it may get you in the door, but it won't keep you there. You may feel like this is going to get me what I want, but in turn, you're not going to be able to either keep it or you're not going to want it. So just be careful with that, as far as like trying to do something quicker than you need to do it, or trying to do things unethical to get what you want. I do see that there will be an offer coming to you the latter part of April. So again, pacing yourself. For some of you, it'll be into May. So the first or second week into May. Others of you, It will actually be in May. Others of you, it will be at the latter part of April with this new opportunity, this new job. Now, at the workplace, I do feel like some of you, again, are being proactive at work. You may find that there are some snags that's going on. I feel like you guys are communicating really well. There could be some planning of parties and departures that's going on. Someone is leaving, particularly I get a male energy here. So it could be a supervisor, that sort of thing that is leaving. And I feel like you will be kind of the leader or the plan person to kind of get everything together. It seems like in the past, work life has been immensely beneficial and positive. A lot of you guys getting together, it could have been like bring your kids to work day, or someone could have been having a baby. You know, I get like you guys could have had like some type of company outing or something, but getting together with family and having a good time, or planning to do this. It could be coming later on down the line, but planning to do something. And again, the energy in the workplace is really, really good. Projects, again, may be a bit stagnant, and you are in this energy where you really want to get things done, but it's a bit of a stagnation. Some of you may feel like you're not getting your just due. You're not making enough money. You may be addressing that with your supervisors this particular month. You may be wanting like, hey, why am I not making a set amount? I'm only making 30,000. I'm supposed to be making at least 80. You know, I'm supposed to be making at least such and such, or 30,000 more than what I'm making. You know, I'm supposed to be making $300 more to my check, $3,000 more. But there is some form of needing to find out how you can make more money, or discussing and approaching someone about what you're supposed to be making. And I do feel like some of you may say that, you know, I'm supposed to be making this amount of money because I've done A, B, and C. And I'll leave if I'm not going to get the kind of money that I'm looking for. And I feel that you need to be very careful about what you say and how you say things. But if you, I do see that you guys, again, if things are not panning out the way that you would like as far as your increase or getting your just due with your finances, you will be leaving. Now, but I do feel like it's inevitable for some Geminis, particularly Gemini women, that you are going to be possibly leaving. A man may leave and a new opportunity could come to you because of someone leaving. As I do see opportunities based upon leaving, someone deciding to leave, and now an opportunity becomes yours. So you can possibly, again, it's about timing. You're going to have to wait, but you can approach the situation now to at least let people know that you are available, and you're open for the position if the position becomes available, because you might find in the month of May that you are up for that position and someone does want to consider you for it. Now, as it relates to finances, I feel that you guys are, finances are good, but I do see that there is perhaps some of you may be moving back with your family. I get at a specific time, you may be moving, just like I said, some of you are moving out, some of you are moving back. I do feel like if you have some money woes, you may be, again, you may be trying to find every way that you can to make more money. So be careful with that. You don't want to be in a place where you're doing things that's unethical and in a form of desperation where you're willing to just do anything. Because I keep getting like some of you Geminis are just running to anyone. Like you're running to your mother, you're running to your aunt, you're running to your uncle. Like you're just running to as many people as you can to try to see who can help you out. And really, you have all that it takes for you to get what you want, but you need to gain a different perspective. You need to start doing things differently in order to manifest what you want, okay? You'll get there, but it's like spinning your wheels for no reason, you know, when you could just kind of take a step back and do things a bit differently in order to manifest what you want. So I do see money, but money seems like it's kind of tied up. I don't necessarily see that money will be coming to you this particular month. You may have to depart from something or leave something or let something go in order for you to now see the money that you want to see. Okay. You may have to make a decision, open your eyes, again, see things differently, decide to make a specific move or let go of old ways in which you have done things in order to see more income. Now, as it relates to love, let's go there. So some of you in the past energy, you have had this magical, amazing love with someone from your past, and you guys kind of got back together and you've reunited. I see like 2 kids here, so the person can have 2 kids. You may have 2 children and a mother. I get like 2 children and a mother. So there's like a family, a ready-made family or something like that. But there is like this new sense of a new beginning, or a beginning. I'll just say a new beginning. Let me do that. A new beginning in a relationship with someone. Now, it looks like the person could have come to you at a time when you really wanted something real. For Gemini ladies, it'll be someone coming to you. Gemini men, it'll be you going to that woman. But you really wanted something real, and you let them know that, hey, you know, this is what I want. Now, this could be someone that you've been dealing with, but I don't feel like it's fully committed. It could be someone that came back into your life, or someone that you've been dealing with. But there's been like this very much a telling it how it is. Like, this is what I want. And if you don't change and you don't do these things by this sort of time, I'm leaving. Okay. Or that, hey, when this happened, you left me. Or it could be having to clear the air about how things happened in the past in that relationship. And I feel that some of you may have been, even some of you may have reached out to the person. And I feel like there's like a different perspective. This person now is taking on a different perspective. They may have come back into your life, but as much as they've come back, they may have left your life. Okay. And now there's this waiting for some of you, waiting like you haven't heard from the person. Okay. And I feel that in the second week or last week of April, you may hear from the person again. Okay. And this person then will be completely ready for what you said that you wanted. Okay. Particularly Gemini women. I do feel like there's someone that there's like some of you are dealing with someone who is in a relationship, point blank and period. They're not even in a relationship. They're married. Okay. And you may be giving that person an ultimatum. Okay. And there's a family involved and everything. But just like this person has a wife and a family, you want to be that wife. You want to have that family. And you're saying to this person, you know, you promise me these things, or you are expecting to have certain things done. It could be like by the month of May, we're supposed to be married. You're supposed to be moving in with me. You're supposed to be leaving her, that sort of thing. And you may be hearing from that person that, hey, I'm trying to get things together. I'm going to get things together. And then you kind of don't hear from the person. Okay. And there's this feeling of like not knowing if you're ever going to get that of what you want, which is that family, this long-standing relationship with this person, making it into something real that you want. And in the second week, I do see that either you may be reaching out to that individual if you haven't heard from them. They could be reaching out to you, but I do see that there's going to be some form of contact, wanting to kind of heal the situation, especially if you were like in their face, like that, and they just kind of like walked off, or you haven't heard from them. I feel like if there was some conflict, I feel that it wasn't combative. They may have heard what you said, okay, and then you just didn't hear from them. You may have thought that they were going to call you like they normally do, and something about it just ended. It stopped. You may reach out to them, or them you, and wanting to heal, wanting to start over. But there's going to be, for some of you, it may be like an argument or some form of disagreement that's going to lead to confusion of, if this is going to actually happen, this relationship, and wanting. And then again, discussing if you're going to get a divorce or you're going to leave, that sort of thing that's happening. Now, some of you may feel like some of you may get what you're looking for, which is this marriage. But as I said before, be very careful how you're ethically moving in a situation, because you may feel like, okay, this is mine, I deserve it. But there's extreme karma attached to the situation. And right now you don't see it, but you'll be with that person. And down the line, when you become whatever it is that you've been waiting to become, your karma will come back to you. So be very careful, Geminis, because you guys are definitely building up karma right now. And I believe Saturn will be squaring you once it gets, no, let me think. What is it? Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo. No. Gemini, Taurus, Aries. Yeah, I am right. You guys are going to be, it's going to be squaring you, Saturn, when Saturn goes into Pisces. Okay? So things may feel pretty good for you for a while. Right? And then once that square comes, you're going to be dealing with some issues with, karma. So be careful. It doesn't have to say that it's going to come, that's when you're going to deal with your karma. It could come at any time, but I just get a sense that this is a karmic thing, and what you are fighting so hard for, you can get. But I feel that things can turn on you down the line that you didn't anticipate. So be careful with that. Now, others of you, if you are in a relationship, I feel like you guys have had an amazing, kind of energy with your family, the children, and all of that stuff. And you guys have kind of reconnected as a couple in past energy. Okay. It may have been a problem as far as finances are concerned, or really believing that you want to start anew with this particular person. I do feel like there's been a lot of pursuits and trying to get things back on track. And again, the same thing. You guys have kind of stated what you wanted, and, you stated what you wanted from the situation. And as far as manifesting it exactly how you want, like, things may have felt really good in the past, okay? But manifesting it exactly the way you want it has taken some time, okay? Or it's a bit stagnant at this time, or it has been. But I do feel like in the second week, you may find that your mate is being very much emotionally giving, wanting to heal a situation, feeling, but I get, again, if there's been any problematic situation and trying to heal from it, there may be some issues, because although there's an opportunity to heal and start again, someone may find it very difficult to disconnect from whatever happened in the past. And it could have been, infidelity, that sort of thing. But it could even manifest it to another child or something. But someone may find it very difficult to disconnect from the past of what has happened, and may now see the other person as just untruthful, and as a player, and just someone that's not unethical. And it may lead to, not being able to kind of get things back on track, which can lead to an argument. But the second week will give off some good energy from the person still wanting to make things work, but it can kind of manifest that way down the line. Now, if you're single, I do see that some of you are unable to kind of disconnect from a person. So you really can't start over, because you still have a quarter of attachment to someone that you have a karmic connection with. And I do feel like some of you in the past, you've been really focusing on family. I get mother heavily. So some of you, your mom could have been, you could have went to go see your mother, restoring relationships as far as family is concerned, children. And again, in a single atmosphere, I do feel like when you're out there communicating, particularly Gemini women and Gemini men, you may be experiencing this when you meet women, that the person is that you may communicate very practically, logically, very sound. You want to take things slow. But, when it gets to the heart of the matter, people, once they get to kind of really start to know you a little bit better, they'll see that you are still connected to somebody. You may bring up the person during conversation. You may start talking about reminiscing about a time with this particular person. You may, discuss how this person left you, but people will see that you're still hung up. Gemini men, you may be able to witness this with a particular woman in your life, that the person is still kind of hung up. You, Gemini man, may want to reconnect with a particular woman who is emotionally very disconnected from you at this time. You may feel you're called to do this because it's something about a specific timing that people are going to be coming back and leaving each other. It's like a specific time that somebody's going to be leaving and coming, leaving someone and going to another person. It's like a specific timing thing that's going on. And I feel that, again, socially, that you guys may have been really enjoying social connections if you're single, but then that kind of came to a halt. In order for things to go the way you would like it to go in your social life, if you're single, you need to gain a different perspective. Clearly, you need to disconnect from this cord of attachment that you have for someone in the past. I feel like in the second week, some of you may manifest this person that you've been waiting for, still connected to, or you may meet someone new that reminds you of that person. However, this new person will definitely yield you more of a mature aspect of what they want and who they are. You may be finding that someone is very much ready to commit and settle down, albeit they will be taking it slow with you. Some of you, if you are wanting to enter into a committed relationship, you will find it to be very easy to do in the month of May. To enter into a new relationship. But as far as previous relationships with long-standing relationships from the past, if you're single, again, you need to do the work to detach from old energy, because I do feel like that is still on you and can prove challenging for you guys down the line as you're meeting these new people. Things will be going really good for a while, and then things will start to creep up, and problems will start to erode the relationship because someone still has some form of attachment to family or to a long relationship that they've been in the past, and just not sure if they're ready to disconnect. So be careful with that. So that's what I have for you guys for the remainder of the 2 weeks of April. Hope that this has been helpful for you guys. If it has been and you would like to share with us how it has, please do so in the comment section below. You know we love to hear from you. And if you would like something personal with me, I can be reached in the beginning and into this video. And if you're new to this channel, welcome and subscribe, because I will be back very soon with another one. Take care, Gemini.